Hey, listen up. In today's video, we're going to continue our work finding do. And by now, you know what kind of do I mean. We're looking for do, the tonic, the central note, the sun in our tonal solar system. Okay, and I've given you some techniques in the previous two videos, and now I'm going to introduce a refinement of a way to find do. Now remember, our goal is to be able to find the sound of do within any kind of musical situation. Ta-da! Any kind of situation, we want to be able to know where the home note is. Ta-da! Melodies tend to end on do. They tend to. They don't have to, but they tend to. And today I'm going to show you some beginning techniques, some intermediate techniques for conjuring to practice hearing do, an advanced technique, and even a bonus technique for finding and practicing hearing do. And I'm going to show you how Tonehole can help you improve these skills by developing your steady awareness of them, your instantaneous automatic response to them as far as capturing that goes, and playing in training mode, you can also practice conjuring. But today we're going to conjure outside the game. Now, the main thing you want to know today is that there are two half steps in the major scale. Okay, two half steps. One is from do to ti. Okay, the other is from mi to fa. One half step between do and ti. Do, ti, do. And there's another one from mi to fa. And the reason that's important is because those two half steps define where your ear feels do. Do, ti, do lands on do. Mi, fa, mi lands on mi. And do and mi kind of can live together in harmony. And of course, as we talked about in the last video, so also can sound like do a little bit. So we've got a half step from do to ti, do, ti, do, and a half step from mi to fa, mi. So those two half steps define the key. And so the first exercise I'm going to give you, this is a basic exercise for conjuring do, and for conjuring these half steps. And it goes like this. You sing do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi. And you think, in your head, you want to think, here's a half step down. You can play with going down until you find that half step. You might get to down. That would be do, te, do. And then we've also got from mi to fa to mi. We can play with finding that half step. Mi. That would be from mi to fi to mi. But we want to be mi to fa to mi. Okay, now controlling our awareness and our ability to conjure those two half steps is really important. Here's the basic exercise. It goes like this. You start a note, and then you go do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi. That's all you have to practice, okay? Do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi, do. You can end on do. And then the intermediate version of this exercise, which requires you to skip from ti to fa and from mi to do. And skips are trickier. That first one, that basic one, just goes by step. Now this intermediate one is going to skip. So it causes you to have even more control conjuring fa. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. I'll do that again. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. So in that case, we're having to register those half steps more on a deeper level. in this intermediate exercise, with its skips, we have to hang on to the other notes, do and mi and ti and fa, the two pairs of half steps in the major scale. We've got to have them deep enough and secure enough. So that's the intermediate. Now, the advanced way, you got to do it in 4 keys. You started on C, you started on D flat, then you started on A flat, and then you started on G. Sounds like this. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. So that's the intermediate one. And then I move straight to D flat. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. And then I jump down to A flat. Do, ti, fa, mi, do, fa, mi. And then on G. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. So that's advanced because I'm having to sing T against do, right? I'm droning do, but now I'm singing T. Okay, now, if that advanced technique is easy for you, here's a bonus. You're going to do it all while droning on the C. You're going to sing that pattern on those 4 starting notes, but now you're only going to play C. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. And now while still holding the C, I'm going to do it starting on D flat. Do, so my do becomes a T, do. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. Okay, and now, do. Now there's my A flat, but I'm still holding the C. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. And then do, that's the G. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. And then do. Okay, so that's a basic singing. Do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, mi. Intermediate. Do, ti, fa, mi, do. Advanced, singing it starting on C, D flat, A flat, and G. And bonus advanced, singing those 4 while holding out the C. Whew, nice. So now before I play the game, at this level, which is called How Close is Fa, I'm going to turn on training mode right there. And that gets me started. And now I'm going to do the practicing of the conjuring within the game. Tonal is going to prompt me to sing whatever the little white target surrounds. So, do, and then I check. And now I sing re, and that matches. And I sing again, do. And one idea is to hold your note out to check to see if you match what tone hole plays. Do, ti, do, ti. I don't know if I'm in tune without this thing. Do, re, mi, fa, mi. Now your ear is cranked. You're able to conjure these. And so now I'll play a warm-up level that focuses on these patterns. This is the level called How Close is Fa? And here's the warm-up level, which is always the same. So that's the warm-up level that corresponds to what I was just talking about. It's not exactly the same, but that warm-up level has its own little pattern that repeats and repeats, and you can memorize. Now I'll do the challenge level with the same thing, and you'll hear how smoothly I'm hearing these relationships. Of course, this is only going by steps, and in the next video, we're going to talk about the power of step motion. Easy, stepwise motion, emphasizing the half steps between do and ti and fa and mi. Now, I've warmed up my ear. I've trained conjuring. Now I get to capture by playing this level on tone hole. And again, I'm going to work on my speed, doing it quickly and automatically, but balanced and really preferring to emphasize steady motion so that it gets into the musical flow. And of course, making every effort to get all of the tones correct. That's all for now. I'll see you next time. In the next video, we're going to talk about the power of steps. So go out there and play with your ears.